This is a little movie about democracy and about how we govern our country, because I don't think it works very well. Now we have what I would call a partycracy. So it's basically the party bosses that after the election they come together and they discuss for years, maybe, because I think we managed to have the world record of not being able to form a government. I think it's Belgium who is having that. It seems difficult. And the result is like in some government in which nobody recognizes himself anymore. How do I see this? Well, basically, I'm a company man. I'm a consultant. That's my job. And I do IT, so in the IT world. And so I do a lot of projects. And in projects, you typically have a project leader. He's not the real boss. The real boss of the project is a manager of the company. And maybe if two companies are involved, both managers, they're the bosses. The project leader must make sure that the project is going to deliver what the boss wants. This is how I see the Prime Minister and maybe also the ministers themselves. They should be like the project leader. The boss is the parliament, and behind the parliament maybe the people in referendums. Those are the real bosses. As a project leader, I may do things that are not my personal opinion. It's not a problem. As a consultant, I made things of which I said, that was not what I would have done myself. I just gave another advice. You don't take my advice, but anyway, I do it. I do what you want as a boss. That would also give us governments that survive elections. Basically, we had that. When we broke the world record of not being able to government, there was a government, of course. There was the old government. But every important decision they had to take, they had to go to the parliament and ask the opinion of the parliament. That was much more democratic. We managed to survive the bank crisis and probably not so bad. So this concept works. You just want to organize it that way instead of trying to first make a huge compromise, in which also the individual person in the parliament has almost no value. He just needs to vote however the party leader decides. That's the idea. That's wrong. I was gonna say something about the Green Party. Being in a Green Party, your priority should be the environment. But you could be from all kinds of other political variations. So maybe you're very on the right side. Maybe you want to kill all the foreigners, all the refugees. That could be in a Green Party, not? Maybe you don't want to put them in a gas chamber because that's bad for the environment, but you want to kill them with an arrow. Someone like that could be in a Green Party. And on the other hand, someone in a Green Party would also say, all refugees are welcome. That shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, each vote in the parliament should be driven by individual people in the parliament. The party is just a group of people that have certain principles in common. But not when you're in green, is environment clear. Not about being more socialist than the socialists, no. You could be also, there should be very right side people in the Green Party. Then of course it's my way of doing, right? So each individual votes in the parliament, and whatever the majority says, that's what the government is going to do. And so it's going to be very important that you can track who voted in which way. And so if I would be an interested person and I need to go to the elections, then at least it makes sense that I vote on a certain person, not because I like his face, but because his ideas are most close to mine. Now I only have the choice between nice faces and big party strings, in which I don't recognize myself in any, basically. So, on top of that, I think the people should have the right to recall the parliament and say, no, we want a referendum about something. This also works in countries like Switzerland. They govern that way a long time, and so if the people get adult in that respect, these mechanisms do work. For instance, the Swiss voted against more holiday because they followed the reasoning like, if we have more holidays, it's going to cost more to our companies, and we don't want that because then we lose jobs in the end. So they can take wise decisions. Of course, if you play it wrong and if you have people that are not adult in dealing with that, you get accidents like the Brexit, right? If there is a prime minister, you say, you need to vote against Brexit, otherwise I will go, then you make it a popularity vote. This is of course nonsense, because then you are going to change the result clearly. So, of course, as a prime minister, you execute whatever the decision is, also if you don't agree, like the leader of the project. Thanks for your attention. Bye.